right, can somebody give me a word?
Ghana.
I just came back from Ghana. Next week I'm off to Botswana. I'm out here touring Africa. You know I'm a player. XYZ. That's my way. I play football. Call me George Weah. Okay.
Nice. Good stuff.
I try. Welcome to the Wave Podcast by Flutter Wave. In my opinion, the most down-to-earth podcast out there right now. We're going past the products and the tech to meet the people behind them. They're unfiltered, funny, free, exciting, and happy to be themselves and spar ideas. We make you feel like you're meeting them for the first time. I'm your host, Timmy Anako. Let's ride the wave. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Wave Podcast. I'm your host, Young Don Timmy Anako, the OG. Everybody behind the camera is looking at me crazy, but we're like 4 or 5 episodes in, so it's allowed. You know what we do here? We take you through the world of African fintech. It's fast-paced, it's crazy, new things are happening one way or the other, and in this podcast, it's our job to keep you introduced to it and hopefully able for you to follow the trend. This week, we have a very special guest in the studio. He is, correct me if I'm wrong, head of sales.
Yep, correct.
I'm correct. Head of sales at one of the fastest growing startups here in Nigeria. He is Mr. Kennedy Ofor. Hey, Kennedy.
Hi, guys.
Hi, welcome. How are you feeling? Good?
Peachy. Absolutely, yeah.
Peachy. That's an interesting word to use. Where'd you learn it from?
I don't know. Here and there. I guess, I can't remember where I picked up the word, but feeling good.
It's cool. I like your color combination.
Thanks.
It's nice.
Thank you.
Where do you shop?
Here and there.
No, okay, stop.
I was going to answer. Sometimes Fashion Over Men, sometimes it's us, sometimes Zara. It depends. Sometimes Lagos Island. I don't know, anywhere else.
You go House of Tej?
House of
Tej?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know House of Tej.
Tej Show Market.
Oh, no, nah, I don't. I mean, there was a time I used to go to Yaba.
That year?
When it was closer to me, though.
Okay, I thought it was because of your change in status.
No. Still have humble beginnings, though. So
humble?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
humble.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, to start this off today, we're going to give you some rapid questions, rapid fire. Don't think too much about it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Sneakers or dress shoes?
Sneakers.
Okay. Hard work or straight up luck?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Hard work or straight up luck, or like favor or valuable?
Oh, hard luck, of course.
Hard work.
Hard work,
okay.
sorry.
What gives you hope?
The fact that, I've seen people go through stuff and still make it out. So, I feel like you can definitely put in work and get things done. So, yeah.
Godfather 1 or 2?
One,
actually. The OG.
Yeah.
Okay. Final one. You're selling an immersive experience to go to space.
Yeah.
Give me your best elevator pitch.
I don't know. You've seen what the world looks like. Wouldn't you want to see what it looks like outside?
Oh my God. Okay. Is that it?
I don't know. I guess everybody wouldn't want to be mind blown seeing what the world looks like from the outside. And I guess that's it. You live in a world where you want to see what it looks like from the outside.
He's doing sales, though. You guys, this is real sales. All right. Thank you. Let's dive in. You said humble beginnings. Let's talk about
humble beginnings.
Let's take it back to the beginning.
Sure.
Okay. I want to go through the start of Chowdeck. Or actually, we'll get there.
Okay.
Have you always wanted to do sales?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think I ever wanted to do sales. I finished school. I studied polymer engineering in school.
Damn. Okay.
I didn't even want to do engineering to start with. That's the funny thing.
So you've been doing things you don't want to do your whole
absolutely.
life?
I wanted to be a doctor. I thank God that didn't happen, to be honest.
Okay.
I wanted to be a doctor. Wanted to be a surgeon, but I tried a couple of times to get into school and study medicine, but that wasn't working out. And for some reason, I don't know, I kept trying. I tried like maybe, I think twice or three times. And then I tried engineering once and I got in. And I was like, yeah, maybe this is where the path is. So I studied, graduated with polymer engineering, second class honors, Offor.
Fresh.
But I still wanted to do something, different, something in engineering, per se. I think I was at that point where everybody wanted to either be a petroleum engineer or a chemical engineer, or you wanted to work in an oil and gas company. Or
People still do.
People still do anyways.
Yeah.
So that was literally what the crave for me at the time was. But I mean, the economy, you need to be able to like get things where you need to get money out. I'm the first kid, so like you need to start, bringing the cheese in. So after NYSC, I had to get a job, and of course, after the government, the next biggest employers of labor is the bank. So I just reached out to my guy. Shout out to Babajide on the internet. I'll probably tell this story anywhere else. I keep telling him I'll probably tell it to you there till I die. I reached out to him. We normally banter on Twitter. I said, hey, I'm done with NYSC. I need to get a job. You're my G. I mean, plug me in.
Dog.
He was like, yeah, I would see what I can do. And he hits me up, I think just a few days after my passing out, says, hey, we have an opening in Access Bank. If you're interested, you should apply. And I did. And I got in. Got an attitude test, got in. I still wanted to do something interesting in the bank though, not sales. So I wanted to maybe work in something like maybe global trade, where I have to work with like, trading in the bank, or maybe anything more interesting with like moving foreign currency or whatever.
FX, yeah.
But that didn't work out. I got posted to business banking, which is literally
Sales
on the streets of banking. And it was fun. I'm also very grateful for that career path because it kind of like helped me build a lot of resilience, a lot of grit. Selling is not for the lily livered. It's not. You have to be able to like have a tough skin to like accept a lot of no's and still turn the no to yes. Yeah. If you're short on confidence, you can get it done. So it's nice to have had that career path, and that kind of like propelled me to where I am today.
To where you are today. Yeah. The rest is history. Yes, sir. Okay. So you started working Access Bank. Yeah. So let's say that year, whenever that year was, you were one of those people on the streets giving people
Absolutely.
forms. Oh yeah, fill this form.
I was in Dumota. Like I literally walked around. So Access Bank had this thing where you had to like, prove that like you're able to like get this work done. And it's part of like the aptitude test where you have to like get people to like open bank accounts. I wasn't living in Lagos to start with. Like I just came in fresh into Lagos. It was Access Bank that brought me into Lagos. And I didn't know anybody, literally, just my family members. But I needed to get accounts open. I needed to bring in some of money. So I was just moving around. In the bus, I would be pitching to someone and say, hey, open an Access Bank account. In the market, I would just go to the market, meet the shop owner, say, hey, do you have an Access Bank account? I have forms, etc. And, I went from First Stack to Alaba to like multiple places. I had to get it done. And it was done at that time, and I got it. And so it was cool.
That's the real humble beginning. Okay, so from Access Bank, you obviously had to put the work in, the grit, to at least get comfortable with selling, because that's not what you originally wanted to do. So from Access Bank, what was the path? How did you get to Chowdeck?
So I did business banking for 2 years in Access Bank, across multiple branches, First Stack, Alaba, Relay, Ikeja. Pretty much worked in most of the major markets in Lagos, where you have to like roll up your shirts and go and meet market
Literally
people.
Roll up your shirts?
Yeah, literally roll up your shirts and go and meet market people in the markets, to find out what their FX needs are and how you can help them make better business decisions. But at some point, I also started finding interest in, the technical part of the job, which is being innovative, thinking about like creative ideas that the bank can use to like win more businesses. And I started exploring like tech solutions for the bank. Started getting closer to Africa FinTech Foundry. That's Access Bank's AFF, which is like a tech innovation hub for the bank. And it was nice. I could see young people who weren't every day suited up, on my suits. They just really seemed like they were having a lot of fun doing the work.
Doing what they were doing.
And as far as I'm concerned, like if you're not having fun while you're working, it becomes work in a sense. And I needed to be having fun. And I felt like, hey, why can't I do this? And coincidentally, towards, I think it was my second year, I started managing Flutterwave as an account in the bank. So that was my first interaction with Flutterwave as a brand. So I was the account manager for Flutterwave in 2018, I think. Yeah, so I was frequently coming to the office at Providence Street.
Okay.
I knew a bunch of people then would come in, and it totally changed my mind about like, hey, this is where it is at. Yeah. Forget what you know at the bank. Forget the suits and the ties. This is where it's at. Yeah. Like people come to work on t-shirts and jeans and sneakers. I was like, what? You can come to work looking like this? No way. I'm going to like figure out how to get this done. And people were having a lot of fun as well, because I could tell that like, they were. I came to work. I saw people, they had PS5 at the office. How? You have PS5 at the office? They had PlayStation. I think it was PlayStation 3 at the time or something.
Maybe 4?
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this looks like fun. I'll figure out what else is happening there. But at that time, I was also now doing a lot of innovative stuff with the bank, writing 10 papers, attending like innovative meetings, and just pitching as much as I could. So when, again, shout out to Babajide Duroshola. Told him again that, hey, the bank, because he also was working at the bank, but he left before me. He went to Andela at the time and became the community manager at Andela. So the part made sense to me because Andela also was a tech company. And I was like, hey, bro, like I'm having fun at the bank. I've had double AA ratings for my 2 years here, A-star ratings, but I still want something more. Do you know any tech company out there that is recruiting at the time? And he said, Paystack is recruiting. You should apply. And I was like, hey, okay. I don't know much about Paystack. I know Flutterwave though, because they are my account. So like I know them very much. But I would apply. So I did and applied, had an aptitude test, and I got into Paystack. So I remember walking into the office at Paystack the first day. They warned me seriously not to wear a suit to the office on the first day. So like I had to still dress shirts, jeans, and it was really nice to like meet young people who had bright, ideas and just literally just telling you what they want to do. And it was very, very different, very unique from what you know at the bank. No bureaucracy, everybody just says it as it is and is just grinding towards the results. And it was just fun, yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is the trajectory. So yeah, that was how I got into Paystack. Did Paystack for 4 years, or three and a half to close to 4 years. And at some point I felt like, hey, I have done the IC, which is individual contributor part of things. I would like to try my hand in managing and building. But I didn't know what it looked like at the time. I didn't know, what that would look like at the time. But I knew that was something I wanted to do. And coincidentally, Femi was building Chowdeck at the time, and he reached out to me and said, hey, there's a product I'm building around the food space. This is what it looks like. I remember him sending me a prototype of the app at the time, and I was just looking at it. I was like, bro, there was so many errors. I was like, yeah, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, but like this is nice. And at the time it was just Jumia and Bolt Food in the market at the time. Yeah. And as far as I was concerned, it gave me the same vibe that InterSwitch had against Flutterwave Paystack when Flutterwave Paystack came into the payment processing space.
Right.
So I just felt like, hey, these are like legacy businesses. I think we can disrupt this space.
Do something innovative here.
And I mean, we are all first time people. I haven't been in this role before. You are trying it out for the first time, but like I know your capability as an engineer. I mean, I've worked with you at Paystack for like a while. I'm interested in doing this. And also for me, I just wanted to try something, a new challenge, try something that I haven't tried before. And I figured like there was a problem to solve in the food space that wasn't being solved at the time. I mean, people used to order food and it would take like a way longer time to get to you. I feel like, yeah, there's a problem here that we can solve, and I think there's something here. And yeah.
That's tough. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you see yourself as a concept?
Some people say that. I've had people reach out to me and say, "Hey, Kennedy, like your career trajectory has been an interesting one." It felt like I had a lot of people who looked at what I did and tried to mirror, what I've done, especially with my moving from the bank into the tech space. I have numerous friends that have, pivoted from working in the bank and gotten into the tech space, and these are off of, seeing that I was able to also move from just being a sales guy, because usually what was obtainable then was that people move from one bank to another bank. So in order for you to grow, you can move from, say, an Access Bank to a GT, or move from a GT to Zenith.
Within
and
the
just
bank,
so you keep growing. But like I just wanted something entirely different. I didn't want to work in the bank space. Also, like there was, I think the nice thing about the bank and the bad thing about the bank is that there are a lot of products, and sometimes you get dragged in so many angles. But when it comes to like the fintech space at the time, there was just one narrow, streamlined. You are growing GMV and revenue, and that's it. That's the bottom line. Just figure out how to grow our GMV, figure out how to grow our revenue, get merchants on. So it made a lot of sense to me. So a lot of people, follow that trajectory, and till today, I still. Maybe they are not reaching out to me as much anymore, because most of the people I know then have probably moved on into like, so many things. But like at the earliest years of Paystack and maybe even first year in Chowdeck, I still had people saying, "Hey Kennedy, like how did you move from the bank into the tech space? How did you move on?" And I say, "Hey, this is it."
Why I asked that was because you said that you had done the individual contributing side and then you wanted to build something. So I was thinking like, because on one of our previous episodes, we had Fuad here. So I asked him the same question, and he was like, sometimes that the way you look at yourself and the way you detailed your career just made me start thinking. I think it's cool to look at yourself like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's in retrospect. I feel like while there was a lot of hard work towards it, I feel like I also had a lot of things aligned for me at the time. There's a lot of things that I still can't like explain how it happened, but just time and chance, just putting yourself in the right place and just making yourself available. My friend would say showing up, show up and just be as prepared as possible. And
speaking of being prepared, sales, everyone. Sales 101. Okay. Sell me this pen.
I don't know. I feel like the way I will sell this pen is so cliche. I don't want to do
sell
that.
Sell it.
Yeah. I don't know. There's... If you had... I mean, you go to school, right? And you went to school. There are multiple things you can do to like ensure that like you remember stuff that you learned in class, but the most important thing is having a visible way to like read it and remember it. If you don't have a way to do that, you probably will forget most of the things.
Right.
Now, what I have in my hand is the most comfortable way for you to do that, to remember everything you learned in school. I can tell you that like if I give you this tool, 10 years down the line, you probably still remember what you learned in primary school. Do you think this is worth buying from me?
Just remember in 10? What if I don't want to remember what I wrote now in 10 years?
I feel like a lot of our life concepts are formed from like what we learned in school.
Okay.
Maybe you don't apply it, maybe you apply it. But like I still think it's very important for you to know most of the most basic things you probably learned in school that maybe or maybe not might be applicable in your life in future. So I think this is a very helpful tool that can help you do that.
Okay. How much is it, man? Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, that's where I got it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to also sell it the way they sold it in the movie. So like, I wanted to do something different.
Okay, let's move on to Chowdeck.
All right.
You got in, as people would say, on the ground floor where, like you just said, you looked at the prototype, and you were like, bro, this is wrong. So, what was the first instinct that you had about the market? I know you mentioned Jumia and Bolt? Yeah, and then comparing it to the way InterSwitch's legacy with what Flutterwave and Paystack did. So what made you say yes to that level of risk that, these guys are here, but I feel like we have something here and we can definitely do something that has never been seen before in Nigeria or Africa as it is now?
So first one is the one I mentioned. Like I think I genuinely believe that there was something like that. Instantly when he told me, that was what I likened it to. I just could picture it, and I knew that was. And I mean, a couple of years down the line, that has actually happened, right?
Okay.
But more importantly to me, I also believed in the person that was pitching to me. That's Femi, the CEO.
You believe in his vision.
Yeah, I genuinely believed in it. I also knew that like the worst thing that would ever happen is I don't sell this product properly and we don't make it. And hey, I'll just go back and go and meet Shola and say, Shola, please,
Alpha.
give me back my job, please. Let me continue selling for you people. But like I knew I believed in the product, I believed in him, and I knew my capabilities to sell. I knew what we just needed to do was to devise a good strategy and try to like get our one foot in, and we'll be fine. So Paystack was a lot of fun. Like I can't underestimate how much fun we were having.
Give us inside info. What was fun about Paystack?
I mean, the people for one was like really, really cool. I think a lot of friends I have today was off of what we did at Paystack. At some point, I felt like I couldn't go out in Lagos without having a Paystack person with me. And that was how close and closely knitted it was. So it was a lot of fun. But when that happened, I just figured we needed to, this is something I should take a risk on. Also, like all of us are learning this for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, Femi had never been a CEO before. I have never led a team before in that magnitude. But like, hey, why not try with people who are also learning for the first time? Maybe if we all fail together, right?
Right.
And if we all make it together. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. There was still all of us will gather together and go and meet Shola and make sure that jobs like we are all coming from the same place. So,
fair enough.
Yeah. So but we took that risk and
it paid off.
Absolutely.
In the beginning, you said hard work over luck.
Yeah, hard work because like you don't want to know the amount of work that went in the first year with Chowdeck. It was ridiculous.
Tell us what that was like though, being an early employee at Chowdeck. The beginning, what were you doing? Like, were you Odun was here? You're talking about
everything, bro. Everything.
Give us some insight.
The thing about like working in a startup is that like they tell you that you have to wear multiple hats and multiple buckets. I had never been at that early stage in a startup before. I mean, I joined Paystack at a time where they had like a lot of structure, and people had like defined roles. But at Chowdeck at the time, you do support, you do rider work, you do sales, you do every single bit of the work. We were moving streets, house to house, store to store at some point to get businesses to know about the product. And it's harder because nobody knows, like, what is Chowdeck? Like, what do you guys do? They're like, oh, we deliver food. Say, I use Jumia. I can't.
Yeah.
So it was tough to get trust from businesses because you don't know who you are, and you have to like be extra on the table. You have to extend your services beyond what you think you want to do. We had businesses who would say, I don't trust you guys, and you guys will settle me. I'd be like, okay, you know what? We would be able to do pre-settlements. Let's figure out how we can be able to like, you have your money. This is your money. Yeah. Like I'm not running away with your money, but stay on this app. I guarantee you get orders. And again, shout out to the Paystack team. They were really, really instrumental in our very early years. I think they were literally family. They literally pushed the brand. Kept ordering, kept telling friends, kept telling us, hey, bring this store on board. Go and bring Ajishafe on board. Go and bring XYZ. This is where people sell. And those were insights that we needed then because our model then was trying to figure out what people wanted. Like, what do you want to see on the app? And it still is our model. We want to know what people want to see. Like, what interests you. We want to bring it closer to you. And listen to customers, hear what they want. I think that was like the fastest way for us to like get into the markets, just listening to customers. So we did a lot of that, and they pushed the brand towards that growth success that we had early years. Ajishafe was literally down the road. Ajishafe was never online. Like, they don't know what online business is. Like, they don't have any business being online. It's literally a booker. Like, go there if you want to go and buy your 100 naira spag and 50 naira rice. You eat it there. Anything they give to you, just eat it or take it to your office and go and hide and eat it. But like, we figured that if people are asking for this online, it means there might be more people who are asking for this online. So we just double down on that.
What's the craziest thing you've done to make a sale? Have you personally delivered food?
So we have a thing in Chowdeck where, first of all, if you're joining the company, you have to deliver food.
Tough.
Yeah, so like that's part of onboarding for you. So you have to deliver food. But beyond that, even as you finished onboarding and you're in the company, we still do it as a challenge in quarters. So first half of this year, we did we do it every year literally, where everybody in the company, we set a target for ourselves. Hey, do 15 deliveries before the end of half year. We usually start it in Q2. Where everybody in the company has to go and do delivery.
So people will
figure it out.
Drive, or
whether you're going to drive, whether you're going to take a boat to do it, whether you're going to use a bicycle to do it, whether you know how to ride the bike to do it. Just figure out how you're going to do and deliver. But you have to deliver at least 15 meals. Last year's zone was even more interesting. I think it was last year or last 2 years. It was more interesting because it was a mix of both delivering the order and covering a kilometer limits.
Okay.
So you have to deliver a certain number of meals, and you also need to meet a certain number of kilometer coverage.
What does that do for culture?
It does wonders. So the first thing is that like it allows you get immersed in what the other parts of the business see that you don't naturally see when you're sitting in the office.
Behind,
so what the rider is facing on the streets, when you that is ordering the food and eating the food, when the rider comes in sweating, you understand what he has gone through to like get the food to you. You're in his shoes, you can be able to like understand what the products that you've built and you've shipped. If there's a bug in it, you see it. When the rider is always complaining and you're not listening, when you go to deliver the food, you understand. See it. Yeah. So like those kind of things help you understand what is missing, the gap in the product. We have like a channel where if you are delivering and have an experience or you figure out the gap, you drop what you see, that gap is or what the experience is, and we'll figure out how to like fix that problem. And it was very, very helpful. It is still very helpful because as the product evolves, more new problems emerge, and it's our ability to like identify that problems that keep us, ahead of the pile.
Right.
So it's important to like do that, and it's always fun because like sometimes you go to a store, you just check the register, you see your guy just left like 2 minutes ago, and we're like, this guy, and there's always a leaderboard. So like we always at breakfast meetings in the morning, they'll show the leaderboard. If you're bottom of the table, everybody's going to like try to like drag you a little bit.
Yeah, why you doing now?
Yeah, so like everybody wants to finish in record time. The last one we did was a mix of delivery and support tickets.
Okay.
So everybody in the company had to do a certain number of support tickets. You would be online, respond to people, understand what customer complaints are, what people are complaining about the most, go back and go and fix it. So everybody had to do that in the company, regardless of who you are. Even Femi is also part of everybody's in it, so you have to do it. Yeah.
I think that's really good in terms of empathy and like not losing touch with the reality of it, because you guys are growing and
absolutely.
We get to a point some companies lose that feeling that this
You've made it.
Yeah, not that one. I'm saying like making sure that your product actually works.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like being in Access Bank and not using their mobile app, or being Flutterwave not using F4B, and understanding and knowing that. Yeah. This should not be like this. Yeah. I'm feeling it.
For Chowdeck, it's even more interesting because like you can be in the company and you order food on Chowdeck, but you don't know what's happening on the rider app.
Oh.
Right, because like you don't see what the rider, because the riders is a three-sided marketplace, right? There's the customer side, there's the rider side, and there's the vendor side. So if you're on the customer side, yes, you're getting the food Chowdeck, you're getting the Chowdeck experience, you're ordering food, your food is getting delivered. You can claim, hey, you're using the platform, but like you don't know what's happening on the rider side of things.
So the employees download the rider app.
Yeah, wow. You have the rider app. You need to be on the rider app to see, and as a rider, when you're doing those deliveries, you also see your bonus.
Okay.
So if you deliver under the rain, you get your rain bonus as well as a rider. Well, like you're an employee, but that's fine. Like enjoy it. It's your sweat and tears.
That's very human.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
You guys, no. Let's talk about Paystack. You mentioned Paystack a couple of times.
Yep.
I guess that's not where, but at least I'm sure that environment helped you build
Absolutely.
Your sales DNA and led you to Chowdeck eventually. So, word on the street is you're one of Paystack's best sale people.
Wow.
Can you corroborate that for us?
I
Say it
can't-
here on the Wave podcast.
I can neither affirm or deny that.
Okay, what does good sales look like to you? And how
Yeah.
did you prime yourself for your first big deal?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. And also addition, how much did you make from your first deal? That's just for me though. But you can add that one.
I think the biggest difference for me, working in the bank and moving to Paystack in terms of like sales, is the manner and approach of the sales. In the bank, it's more like a fire hose spread where you just try to like sell everything the bank has. So I meet you as a client. I tell you, hey, we have account opening, we have LCs, we have BCs, we have POS, we have etc. I'll just try to like bombard you with all that.
All our products, yeah.
And just try to like sell it to you so that you must buy one. I will tell you everything. You must buy one. But with Paystack, it was more focused. It was more streamlined. I think what really changed for me, and again, I had to learn this over the first couple of months I spent in the company, because when I joined, I was at the risk of overselling. Like I genuinely was overselling. Like I would meet a client and I would just be speedballing on the call. And as a salesperson, I think the most important thing, salespeople talk a lot, and that's not really true. Salespeople actually should listen a lot.
Okay.
Because the more you listen, the more you're able to get where the value is. And I'll still come to the value bit of it. But I was that's part of always speaking, and ideally you should be your client doing more talking and you do more listening. So that was the first thing I had to learn, that you can't be speaking more than your clients at meetings. You need to be able to allow your clients speak more than you do. So I learned that very early. I also learned that for you to be a good salesman or be good at selling, you need to be able to identify gap when those conversations are happening. How can I bring value to this business? I can't sell you every single thing I have. That doesn't make sense. I will overwhelm you as a client. I need to be able to listen and find out, as they're speaking, I'm listening, I'm running a scan on the entire business database and checking what product of ours is going to solve that problem.
This issue.
Yeah, what product of ours is going to solve that problem. And I'll just keep tweaking one API with another API, thinking another API with another API. At some point, got so good at it that like they will leave me with an integration. Nobody in the integration team will talk to me. They just leave you with the clients. Again, it was really good for learning. When I joined, shout out to IK. IK was integration manager. He used, sorry for the play to shout.
No, the thing is, at the end of this video, in the comments, somebody should give how many.
Sorry, man. But it's important to me because like these guys helped me get to where I am today, and it's important that like they also I mention it when I'm telling these stories, because it was very, very instrumental.
Right.
But that allowed me to learn a lot about like APIs. I was a sales guy who didn't know jack. First of all, I hated black screens and the colored what's it called? The colored characters.
Okay.
Basically, where people write codes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. Whenever I see it, I also run. But like, I got comfortable in that because like you needed it to be able to make progress. So talking to people and learning that was very important, so that you can be able to like identify how you can bring value to a business. Now, what makes you a really good salesperson is being able to identify value and communicate that value to the business you're selling to. If you're not able to like find that gap and fixing that value, you're just going to be wasting your time. And it's quicker to close deals when you've identified that gap, you've explained it, and you've shown the person that gap, and they can also see it. The deal is closed. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more about who you're selling to.
It's more about how you're able to find the gap in that person's business.
Like what they need.
Yeah. And matching it with the solution that you have.
So the mix and match, you tailor it to whatever business you're trying to get.
So like you have to ask leading questions that allow the person to speak more. So I'll ask you discovery questions, open-ended questions, more like that. I wouldn't ask you a yes or no question.
Okay.
I would just ask you open-ended questions that allow you to tell me more about your business or whatever you're doing.
Right.
And that allows me poke holes in various areas of your conversation, and then
That's a good technique.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. No, that's what my second question is.
How much I made?
Yeah.
You
can just, you know what?
I'll write
no.
Okay, I'll write it down for you like later on.
Let's do it now. Can we get paper?
Yeah, I can't write it here. I can't write it now. No. Maybe later on we'll do it.
No, they need to see my reaction. Let me see how much. Or, okay, you know what? You tell me after.
Yeah.
Okay. You're getting off the hook. First, you said there's no more secrets.
You seem to have forgotten my profession.
There is no secret now. Is this secret?
I sell, so like I'm able to get away with it. So I'll be able to sell whatever I want. I'll sell it to you. So right now I'm selling to you, and I'm getting off the hook.
No, I'm not buying.
You have bought twice.
I'm saying I'm not buying again. All right, let's go. Earlier you talked about the culture of your company, where you have the people who work at Chowdeck actually deliver food, know the experience for the rider's point of view from the app itself and whatnot, and that human connection is key because even though you're bringing food is, I guess, everybody loves food or at least needs food, so it's very human. It's essential to us. Is that human aspect or is that human characteristic central when you're planning your strategy or when you think about marketing and stuff like that? How does that? Because we've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna talk about Chicken Republic later. So is that part of what you think about when you're thinking about sales, marketing, and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say very big yes to that because everybody eats, right? You eat, your friends eat, it's everybody just eats, and we have conversation around food because like we enjoy eating food. So when we go out and have those interactions, we speak to our friends, it helps us put every puzzle of the business together.
Right.
We're able to know what people, are interested in, and we also know what our business is doing well or not doing well with. The one where we are actually going out to like deliver food is really, really, really important because like when you come to the next strategy meeting, you're able to like identify a problem, that wasn't solved, a problem that we didn't even know was existing, or maybe it's a part of the business you think can be better off of what we currently have, and you think that hey, if we can do XYZ, we'll be able to shed off an additional 5 minutes, we'll be able to shed off additional 20 minutes of the process. So those kind of things allow you to come up with like brighter ideas to like solve the problem. And even with, getting the right kind of like restaurant variation, I mean, if you go to Chowdeck today and check, you probably see like a lot of, restaurants. Those conversations and engagements help us identify what people want to see. So it's really, really important to have that human interaction, that human feel, and just stay connected to the product as much as possible to help you keep redefining the product and refining it.
Yeah, there are a lot of products. I think we got some of Chowdeck today. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Let's talk startup culture.
Okay.
You've now been in 2 companies that have scaled fast.
Yep.
Paystack and now Chowdeck. Congrats on the expansion, by the way.
Thank you.
I just came back from Ghana. Don't know. So what preparations did you make to handle your first 10,000 daily orders?
Whoa. First of all, nothing prepares you for 10,000. Absolutely nothing prepares you for 10,000.
I think that's the thing about scale.
Yeah.
You never are ready for it.
Yeah, you never are. I remember when we first had the first 1,000 orders, because we were processing 20 orders, and we just like 1,000 looked like it was so far. Just 20 orders, and these 20 orders is with all our friends, or your guys who order, everybody will order like 20 orders, and we moved from 20 to like 50, and it was like okay. But when 10,000 happened, it was exciting, but like we also knew at the time that like there's a lot of work to do. We knew that like the processes we had in place at the scale and ambition that we wanted, we would need to like break and fix some things. We would need to like improve on certain operational metrics, how we track, the kind of things we look out for. Those things were important to like how customers perceive the brand. I remember, I think it was a Valentine's Day campaign we did one time. There was like a free delivery And like we didn't even envisage that people are going to jump on free delivery like that. Like it's just free delivery.
Free delivery,
and everywhere was just like
before you go, sir,
just coming in. You're like, guys, this thing is too much. We don't have enough riders to like. Yeah. So at that point, like, okay, guys, we need to figure out how to be able to like build better pipelines for this. We need to be able to figure out how we can in case this number wake up tomorrow and it becomes 10x.
Yeah.
Can we be able to carry it? We didn't per se say, we knew that we were going to get to 10K, and we've already put the system in place to like fix that now. So like when we got to it, we also identified that, okay, this is a new problem. Right. It's a new exciting problem to fix, and you now have to think around it. Okay, we have to build another system to like allow us, handle this, and hopefully when we get to 1 million, we'll have another new problem, and we'll figure out how to like do that.
Speaking about problems, how do you manage the internal chaos of onboarding? Like you said, you have a ton of customers on Chowdeck.
Yeah.
And you're not slowing down anytime soon.
We are not anytime soon.
How do you manage that? Onboarding chaos with new merchants, things like that, new restaurants, and to keep up with the momentum of you growing, right? How do you do that?
I kind of think it flows into each other in a way, in a sense, because if you're able to like onboard more, then of course you are just heading towards growth. Yeah. Because the more restaurants you onboard, the more variety you bring to the brand, the more I guess customer demand you're bringing in. Because there are customers who buy from those specific brands. So, in a sense, I mean, it's a very small team. It's a small team. Is a lean team. But our onboarding today, I think it has been considerably fair. I think we are still refining onboarding. Even as I speak to you, I think it can be so much better. I also think when we started, a lot of businesses weren't ready for the online space. A lot of businesses we are trying online for the first time, like Ajishafe, for example, like I said. Yeah. Some of them don't even know how to use a device, basically. And you have to like figure that out for them. So we came up with like multiple models to allow businesses leverage Chowdeck. You don't need to break your back or, bend the wheel to do that. But like we will be able to meet you at your own level of, whatever it was you're doing at your store. Yeah. Whether it means providing additional personnel, whether it means coming in for like trainings or whatever that may be, we'll figure that out for you. And then just tell you, hey, if you figure this out, we would also do what we can to like ensure that your business stays, within the brand and you're able to like see growth. So that was part of what we did in the earlier days, and that also like set up like a base for us. When it comes to like reaching out to certain type of businesses that naturally wouldn't be online. And we did that and it worked. So that has helped us get that side of the market, where a lot of them weren't online before and they didn't know what to like do online, and we had to help them learn that. And then,
how many trainings have you guys done? Too many?
How many
trainings? Too many to count?
Bro, funny enough, we launched in Ojo. Yeah. Like, have you been to Ojo before?
No.
Exactly. we launched in Ojo. We launched in places on the mainland that people would not go to. Yeah. But we were bold enough to go there because we knew there were demand. Like, we figured that like there are people here who want to also have, the good life, who want that convenience as well.
Food delivered at the door. Yeah,
so why not? We should go there. And what that meant for us was, in those areas, you probably would never, predecessors never really go there to deliver. Yeah. And we were like, this is where we want to,
on top market.
Let's go there. And I mean, a couple of months down the lane, we figured out why these people are not going there. But like, we were like, no, like we are not going to back down from this because like we've committed to like, improving people's lives and just delivering happiness. So we are going to do this and figure it out one way or the other. And
should I give you new slogan for stuff?
No,
I shouldn't give you.
Well, no, give me.
You just said delivering happiness.
That's Chowdeck's slogan. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you did something.
No, I thought I did something.
Yeah, that's our slogan. Yeah.
My bad. Let's talk about trust.
All right.
We had Ted on here. He mentioned that the craziest thing he has learned from operating with restaurants is that people steal a lot. Have you seen that as well?
Word? Yeah. Yeah.
How so? He did give an example of, this trend of fake bottles in clubs. And
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything unique like that?
Well, I think for the truth is that like for every business there's always that possibility of theft.
Okay.
Yeah. And for businesses that we are bringing online who didn't have the experience of even digital, commerce or selling online, it was new to them, absolutely new to them.
Right.
You imagine moving from doing 20 orders, maybe not 20 orders, maybe like 100 walk-in orders a day, and then somebody puts your business online, and all of a sudden you have to process 1,000 orders in one day. You don't have a structure or a setup that allows you to do that. All you just know is that there's an order you need to prepare. Rice now, right, this one. You just cook the food. And what that does is that like it just opens up avenues for people to like take advantage of the business in one way or the other. And that's pretty much what a lot of businesses have also faced, you know, because they weren't online before. There was no real playbook for them to do that before or learn all these like plugs. But again, when we work with them and they start figuring out like, okay, we need to start looking at our numbers closely. We have like meetings with you. We tell you, hey, this is what your revenues look like. How do you operate behind the scenes? What does your operation look like? Because again, on our own side, we want you to be able to operate in as efficiently as possible.
Right.
Where we are able to like take advantage of the operation to deliver the food. So like, if we start seeing gaps in how you operate, then we start having those kind of conversations with you to say, hey, this is what can be better for you to like track revenue and etc.
So yeah, it's beyond just helping them deliver food.
No, beyond just helping. Like we are deep down into like helping you figure out operations in your business. Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Well, is that the most defining insight you've seen about working in restaurants, that people usually have these gaps and you've seen it and you're solving it? What's the most defining one you've had?
Man, I'm trying to think because there are a lot of like incidences. A lot of incidences. I know there is one where there was something we used to do before. Again, so before Chowdeck, a lot of supermarkets weren't doing grocery deliveries. Okay. Right. Chowdeck.
Can you explain what that is?
So maybe a couple of them were. So like think about, your ShopRite, for example, your Spar, for example, your Blenko, Inikati, for example. Those guys were, maybe Spar was, I think. And maybe ShopRite does it in other markets, but like in Nigeria here, they weren't doing like online delivery. So we were part of the first people to like bring them and pull them into that online business. And we needed to figure out a way to make it work for them because grocery is a turnover business, right? And you have to like consistently try to get your funds immediately. But like they needed to be comfortable enough to allow you to take inventory. Like, so our settlement today is T+1. Okay. So we settle you next day. But for a grocery store, for example, they need their money now because like the price of whatever it is might increase before that day ends, right? So they want us to pay instantly, but like there was no way for us to like pay you instantly because like there's nobody giving us instant settlement. Okay. So because we get our money T+1 from the processors. So part of the earliest things we did then was like, hey, okay, you know what? We'll deposit money with you and we'll figure it out. And then after a while, like we figured out that like there was a loophole there where somebody who is checking out can decide to throw in one Indomie or throw in one geisha. You go chop now. So like, but it becomes hard to track because it's very minute and very small. Yeah. But you have a deposit with this guy, and as far as he's concerned, he has made sales for you. So that would probably be eaten into like small revenue lines, but like those small chunks, depending on like the size of the business, would probably not add up. So like in that at some point we like started shining torchlight, like guys, where is this?
Where is this money going to?
And we were able to like also find those gaps, and then we plugged it. But like that's like one key one that I think Will had to learn, especially with like opening up that part of the business and bringing like grocery stores online.
Yeah. That makes sense. Things you had to learn when you were starting out, what were I guess, beyond being new and being fresh to the market, what were like the non-obvious reasons that people wouldn't instantly know that you would have the experience with because, you're there, that made restaurants not want to onboard you at first? What was the skepticism that was not shared?
I think a lot of businesses had like very bad experience with predecessors in terms of I didn't get my money after 1 week. I'm still 1 month. I haven't seen my money. Type of stuff. So it was very hard for businesses to trust that you are going to settle them the next day.
Yeah.
I think a lot of businesses never even believed. I don't think like Jumia both were settling at the time T+1. I think they were doing more of like a weekly settlement or something like that. So what that does is like it just accumulates like a lot of transactions. You have to like reconcile, and with all this kind of stuff, it just creates like income leakages here or there. You don't know exactly which day the money was lost or whatever. So and sometimes there might be delays as well. So that means you probably will not get settled till maybe like 2 weeks, and that's like 2 weeks worth of sales. And if your transactions volume are a lot, it becomes hectic. Yeah. So it was hard for businesses to believe that like, hey, I don't know this Chowdeck guy.
I would like give them my money.
Why am I giving you food to come and settle me the next day?
Yeah.
So we had to like figure out how to like build that brand trust. And that's why we started the whole see money. Yeah. Just hold the money. And give me goods. Same way like normal supplies would happen with like FMCGs, right? Okay. And you deposit money and pick up goods and whatnot. So we tried to like do that. And it worked. We used that to like onboard like a couple of key brands that we wanted on the app at the time. But yeah, I think that was the first thing that wasn't publicly said out, that a lot of people don't know. But like when we started identifying like, okay, trust is like really low in this market. Like nobody's going to give you a plate of rice and be hoping that his money is going to, like, they don't know you. Like if you carry their rice and disappear, how am I going to find Chowdeck? And the funniest part of it then was that like at the time we were walking out from Femi's house in Ikeja, Underbridge, somewhere around Ikeja Computer Village, the Underbridge side. And like it's not even like a proper office, like it's just we are just guys bootstrapping and just doing our thing. So like there's really no real office to like hold people. But we had to like ensure that like we build our trust with the brand and we say okay. And the nice thing was when they decided to like give us that shot and they started seeing like transactions coming in, it was easier to now say okay, now you see that we have value for your business. Can we please move from this giving you money to settling you T+1? And the business were like, okay, this makes sense. I can trust you now because like I also don't want to lose the value you're bringing into my business. So we're able to like have those conversations and move people from, bulk pre-settlements to T+1 settlements. Again, shout out to the payment companies shout out. Payments companies like follow if I'm Paystack for like helping us, get into that.
First follow
Money Point as well. Rest of the guys,
Okay, I want to ask, do you watch series? Are you into series?
Yes.
Okay, have you seen Power?
So I didn't watch the entire thing. I think I watched like a couple of seasons.
Did you learn about where did you like pick up sales from? I'm thinking because of James St. Patrick.
Interestingly, Harvey from Suits.
Yeah. Okay.
Was my guy.
Deep pool. He's my guy too. Yeah. I knew him from that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that year watching Suits. I'm like, guy, if this guy has insane drive. Like I watched Suits, and any client I met there, I'll be like, guy, if you don't sign with me, your business is going to die.
You still using that?
Yes. Your business is going to die. But like I say in a way where I'm able to show you that like you are literally leaving money on the table. If you don't innovate, if you don't figure out how to like start processing money or like processing payments online at the time. But like Harvey was like a nice influence at the time. I watched Suit and it was like really, I was like this guy, because usually in Suit you go meet a client who is supposed to be
the one, and he's like, bro, no,
Harvey will hold you and like okay, at the end of the day you will now be the one saying, okay, help me.
Life is like this.
Yeah.
I like this. Yeah. Harvey, that's a deep pool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about more partnerships.
Okay.
Right. You've mentioned Chicken Republic, ShopRite. Oh, is it me that mentioned it? Anyone?
You mentioned Chicken Republic. I mentioned ShopRite.
Chicken Republic was saving boys that year.
Still is.
Still is.
Still is.
So, how did you go about identifying and closing partnerships that really made a difference?
So for starters, I think first one is just like interaction with like guys. But we also knew that like we are market leaders.
Okay.
People we needed to have on the app for distribution. Because like, what's your food app without these guys on it, right? Everybody eats from there. They are literally the biggest QSR brand in Nigeria, if not West Africa. So you needed to have them on the app, and their food was very affordable. So that took a lot of work. I don't think we signed. I think we spoke to Chicken Republic maybe a year or two, and it took a lot of. We can't do it now. Come back next month. Next month you call, the person doesn't pick up. You have to try again the next month. Like a lot of we'll think about it now, but not this quarter. Let's try next quarter. And we just kept pushing and pushing, until at some point, in fact, we had to run an experiment to tell them that, guys, you guys are not seeing what we are seeing. So let me show you in real life what it looks like. So we onboarded, we listed, I think, 2 of the outlets just on the app, and just try to open it to people, where if you order food, we would go to the store and just buy it for you over the counter. And the numbers in the first couple of I think it was a month or the first couple of weeks that we had it was really, really huge. So we reached out to our contact again and say, hey guys, we've done an experiment and this are what your numbers look like on Chowdeck. And they were wild on the call. We could generate this much transactions just from 2 outlets. And I think that sparked the thing in them, but it wasn't still enough for them to make the decision. We still had to postpone a little bit, but it sparked the curiosity. Okay, I think these guys are onto something. But after a couple of meetings, hangouts outside the offices, a lot of back and forth, Chicken Republic decided to have us as a partner, and it was absolutely amazing. They have been literally amazing to the business. We've done so much interesting partnership in the food space, and we hope we continue doing those.
That 1K refuel meal. Oh my god!
It was.
Please bring it back.
It was seismic. It was seismic. People really liked it. Yeah. The funny thing about the 1K refill was when we started it, we didn't figure that it was going to turn out that way. Not even the one. So before the 1K refill, we did a combo on Citizen Meal. Okay. That was the year when we signed them on, and so we figured out people students in schools, we are using referrals to generate, because we have this thing where if you refer someone, you get money into your Chowdeck wallet. With some students in school using referrals against their lunch money, you just need to go to school and refer people to order on Chowdeck. As first time the order, you get I think you get 500,000 naira. We saw people having wallets of almost 300,000 naira, 180,000 naira. It was literally their own way of surviving in school. So they would do that, and it was just that network effect, and it was very, very nice. Even when we started, we didn't know that was going to happen. We didn't see that part happening, but that happened, and we were okay, this is actually making sense, and it was really, really exciting. Refer 1Ks. We'll try it again.
No, you should. I need comeback.
We'll try it again.
You guys recently acquired Mira.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
Ted came on instead of product. Right? So how did that go? Did you go and meet Ted and be did you pull some Harvey stuff on you and be yo, you need me more than I need you. Come and join my.
Nah.
No?
Nah, we didn't. Nah,
so how was that like? How'd that go?
So I think it was more of Femi and Ted's conversation though, but if I've always been friends with Ted before that conversation.
Yeah.
And there were so many things that they were doing that aligned with what we are doing. Mira was largely looking after outside, back of office, offline transactions. We were looking after online transactions. And it made a lot of sense. I mean, one of the biggest headaches that food delivery companies face is stock management. You know, and that was something Ted and the Mirror team were solving extensively well, and it just made sense that, you know, if there was ever going to be a union where we would try to solve, you know, this kind of problem, we should have this kind of solution, you know, embedded on our products. So I think also knowing Ted, and he was also kind of innovative guy. No, kind of innovative. No, not kind of, like the kind of innovative guy that wants to push his brand to the next level. He wants to solve the problem. He's a product guy. He wants to solve not just the problem he's currently solving, but like beyond what he currently sees. Yeah. So it just made sense for him. It was just a very natural, you know, union. And when they told me that, hey, this was happening, I was like, yeah, it just makes absolute sense for us to do it, because this is a problem that we're having. This is a problem that you've already solved. You're still solving it, and it makes it even much more better, because like before we acquired Mirror had already started working on integrations to Chowdeck to allow their businesses, with the click of a button, you know, request the Chowdeck rider to come and deliver offline food that didn't come through Chowdeck, and that made sense, you know. So it was like, yeah, like we're already having a lot of synergies, so like this just works.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it just makes sense, and yeah.
Great origin story.
Yep.
Let's go to the future, the young ones, the up and comers.
All right. Hey, this is the part where I don't have advice for anybody.
No, you.
I don't have any advice for anybody.
No, okay. Do you know what we call this? We call this Kennedy's $1 million advice to upcoming people. No
person. I don't have $1 million. I don't have $1 million.
Okay. The how much you have? If it's 1K, we will accept. Cool. The question is, for people just starting to build their own products, maybe their own projects or their own careers, what are the most important lessons you've learned about staying motivated through the tough times?
I think you need to be obsessed with it, like with the product. Not obsessed in the bad way though. Just that genuine drive. To like not just work, but like be at the most optimal best it can ever be, or even just beyond that. I think that's something that I have seen across the team at Chowdeck today. I think Femi imbibes that a lot. He's always active. Like every single time you meet Femi, he always has something he wants to like talk to you about. Right. And it's that's, I think culture has just like transcended across everybody else in the company. There is this genuine care about the work. And I think that's probably something I also learned off of him, and even like our experience together at Paystack. There's a genuine care about like the quality of the work, the value, like you need to care enough for it. You need to own it, like this is your craft. So some people call it work, I call it craft. Like because we craft actually deeper level of passion to it. Yeah. I think you need to have that level of, you know, obsession with your work to like just continue refining it to get like better. If you don't have that, you probably would not be able to, you know, I don't want to say you won't be able to like get it out, but it's what separates the A star players from the A players. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Who have you seen imbibe obsession in their work or craft?
I think, again, this is not me trying to like you know, be patronizing, but like I think Flutterwave and Paystack has been exceptional in driving that care about work. I think that's something I've seen. I think that a lot of industry, companies within the industry and just like in the tech space always strive for that level of, you know, excellence in their work. I think that's something everybody's trying to mirror, and I think that's, you know, that's really, really nice. I would put that out there and say like, you guys are like, you know.
Thank you. Collect. What about personally though? Musicians, footballers, who are your interests that you've seen carry that trait?
Cristiano Ronaldo for one. I think he's an absolutely outstanding professional. Yeah, I think he has really just elevated the bar so high that you need to always be on point. Who else would I say? I don't know, that's the only person that's coming to my mind at the moment.
We'll take
it. Yeah.
He is a good example. Yeah. Now that you know what you know, or you've learned what you've learned so far.
Yeah.
What would you have done differently starting out your career?
I don't think I would have done anything differently, to be honest. Like, I'm genuinely very grateful for like the part I took and what I've experienced so far. The only thing I probably would have changed is that like I didn't spend those 3 years trying to write that medical exam to get into medicine. Like, I probably would have saved those 3 years or those three jump exams and just like shoved it out and just like started from engineering and saved myself like an additional 3 years. I think that's probably what I would have changed. But like in terms of like the places I've worked, the connections I've made, because I feel like with the role I play today, there is a need for a lot of engagement, a lot of networking, a lot of getting to meet people.
Right.
I've naturally figured out a way to like merge that part of my social life with work, and to me, it's just like the same, one and the same now. So I go out, I know a lot of people, and one conversation from off work turns into like work, and just like keep mixing and matching and so I don't think I'll necessarily change anything. I think I'll just not write that medical exams. I'll probably just like write engineering and get into it.
If it helps, I think you're where you're meant to be.
Fair. Maybe because if I've probably written it earlier, maybe I wouldn't have met Jide to write the Access Bank exam and then known him as a person or whatever. I don't know. You know how this is go.
I think life just works out the way it's supposed to.
Yep. And I'm glad that it worked out the way it has.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kennedy Ofor. Let's give it up in the studio. Come on. No claps. Clap. Thank you, Kennedy, for coming to our humble podcast.
So this is really nice. This is really nice.
Well done. If you enjoyed this episode, like, share, comment, subscribe. Order from Chowdeck. Kennedy will get you sorted. He's giving a thumbs up, so we're cool. Head of sales is giving us a green light. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.
All right.
Shout out.
So when is this coming out? Again, I should have given you guys a shout out at the end, but like I was shouting out so many people.
Well, no, are we off? Is it off? No, it's still rolling. Okay. Shout out China. Shout out who else? Shout out China.
Wow.
Shout out
I would. Yeah.
Who else are you shouting out?
Shout out to China for bringing me to the Wave podcast. Me and China go way back. OGs from the bags. Yeah, OGs from the bags. But yeah, I'm really, really grateful that she brought me onto the show.
It's good to have you, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to us, GB.
Shout out GB Flutter Wave for always raising the bar and always just insisting on everybody keeps doing the best and being the best version of themselves.
Local ingenuity, global excellence. Shout out Kennedy.
No, that's David.
Okay, cool.